here, Ventura Chris, back again. I'm up in Camp Verde, Arizona. I'm at the historical site of Camp Verde Fort military base, back in the old days. So come on, visit with me, will you? Enjoy the adventures.
Not like each other, let alone some weird-looking white person. But these guys decided to come over anyways. Soon after these miners come over, the settlers followed, the homesteaders followed as well to set up land and grow some crops to sell to these rich miners. Now these Native Americans, they don't have no belief in land ownership, no concept of it. But they see all of this abundant food popping up all over the place. So they go through these crops, raiding these farmers, let these farmers resupply and go back and raid them again. Mm-hmm. These farmers got fed up with that. So they called for help. We need some military help here, please. So they sent some military out here. That's why this place was developed. Never any big tall stockaded wall like you see in the Hollywood movies, because there was just not a lot of lumber to build these walls. Mm-hmm. This is what it looked like in 1890. This is what it looked like in 1887 when that ground level here. This building right here is the same building you're standing in today. Mm-hmm. So we're about 150 years old. Pretty crazy, huh? Mm-hmm. So the weapons. After the Civil War was over, the government was broke, as I said earlier, but the weapons that they sent out, this one right here is called the 1863 Springfield. Accurate to about 1,000 yards. If you were good, you could get 3 shots per minute. But you would have to have your forefront teeth. Have you ever heard that phrase, bite the bullet? Mm-hmm. Bite the bullet. There you go. Pour the gunpowder down here. Take out your ramrod and tamp it all down carefully. Pull this out. Put this away and do something with it. Drop in your .58 caliber bullet, the round ball. Put that in there. Pull this back out again. Dodge those arrows coming at you. Slow down, slow down. Pull this out. Put this away. Place the percussion cap right up here, and then you could have to shoot. The barrel's got to be elevated a little bit. You couldn't really shoot down at anybody with this weapon because the bullet could roll right out. Unless they use like a patch or a wad to keep it in there. That was just one more step that they have to do. Can you do that 3 times in 1 minute, you think? No. This bayonet was not used in the Civil War. Something like this was used in the Civil War. This one is just a reproduction. But had it been used out here, you probably would not be in some good shape because they had bow and arrows. So you'd probably have a couple of arrows in you. It would slow you down tremendously. If you weren't paying attention, you could get yourself impaled. That would hurt. Yikes. But it was made illegal because it left a hole behind. That was impossible to sew up had you been stabbed with this thing. They deemed it as being an inhumane weapon of war in the Geneva Convention after the Civil War. They like the short, knife-like bayonets that gives the guy a chance. You know, they don't want to kill him. Come on. So what they did instead is they took it off. If they wanted to cook, say like a chicken, a fish, hot dogs or marshmallows, they could do that. They could use it as a tent stake if they wanted to. If they wanted to see at night around their camp with a nice soft light, they could put a candle in there. Alright, so who's going to be the first one to hold this?
Oh no. Go ahead, Chris. You like this. This is your deal. Heavy?
Got it?
Oh, that's heavy.
Hold it up.
Oh, that's like heavy.
It's about 8 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
I'll jump down to the next weapon here. This one here is called the 1860 Colt Army Single Action Revolver. This one here you had 6 times to shoot this weapon. However, this particular model had no safety. So when they loaded all 6 of these cylinders, when they holstered it to carry it, if they bumped it or snagged it, they could potentially shoot themselves in the foot. So that phrase, don't shoot yourself in the foot, is where that phrase came from. To load this weapon, this would be half-cocked like this. So that phrase, don't go off half-cocked, came from this weapon. They would drop in the gunpowder, one of these cylinders, drop in the .44 caliber bullet, and take this and ram it down in a packet, every single one of them. and then plug it with bacon grease, beeswax, gummy bears, whatever they had back in those days. Slide a percussion cap right inside here. Each one of those gets a percussion cap. Then put a dab of peanut butter, bacon grease, or beeswax between each cap. So when they shot, that spark did not jump to the other cap and chain fire everything at the same time.